All right, all right.
Charger victory.
Chargers win.
Chargers win.
Let's go.
8-26.
20.
Yeah, dude. What an interesting game that was. What an interesting game that was. Joey Bosa goes out.
Yep. Yeah.
Chargers win though. 26-8. We're gonna go through all the awesomeness that is this game. Guys, this team's competitive, man. I mean, you can say what you want to say about, what we are, what we aren't, and we're competitive, guys. So let's hop into it.
Let's
go.
Let's go.
What's up, Pyramid here, man? You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bullets in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Let's go.
We already got
got
a super chat too. Look at that.
Yeah,
right from the get-go.
Taylor,
dude. So where do you
Taylor.
look at CB rating where they show wide receiver catches against ACB? You would probably go on PFF, probably to check that out.
we were just saying that. Yeah. PF. Here's the problem with PFF, though, in my opinion. It's a little bit subjective sometimes because it's pressures, separations. It's a person making a decision on separation rates, things like that, right? And so, I don't know. To me, I kind of struggle with it, but it's a very subjective site. A lot of people, like myself, don't particularly like it, but it is what it is.
Yep, big time. But thank
you, Taylor. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, we're gonna give you the big air horn. Hey, big air horn. Double air horn. There we go.
But Larry gave you that Hawk Tua though, so yeah.
But guys, kind of an ugly win, but we still got the dub, guys. I mean, how do you guys feel about the game, right? Again, they even talked about it at the halftime. This is a rebuild year for the Chargers. I am not in favor of that thinking at all. I don't think it's a rebuild year. What do you guys think? I still think we can go as deep as we possibly. I mean, I think we at least make the playoffs. Again, how deep we go in the playoffs depends on how we play at the end of the season and hurt and injuries, things of that nature. But what do you guys think all about that too? And a win is a win. You know what? Mm-hmm. I need to add that to my online dating profile. That would work out pretty well. 14-3.
If you do kind of think that it is like an ugly win, I mean, it wasn't the most pretty for a lot of different phases I could throw within this team throughout the game, but the score was kind of where I was thinking it was going to go any which way. I think it's not about ugly win. I think it's still where I anticipated where this win and score was going to be. 26-8 is still kind of where I was expecting. I literally was saying, hey, it's going to be Saints could win or probably score at most 10 on us, and we're going to score 17 on them for sure at the minimum. And literally we hit that exact point and then some. So I feel like it's an ugly in some ways, but the thing is, though, our defense holds these games,
dude,
to a manageable level for the offense.
Them down, dude.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah, by the way, 100%, dude. 8 points?
Yeah.
8 points, folks.
That's
In the
gnarly.
NFL, that is rough.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that basically means you just manhandled them. And we gave them 2 points at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
We gave them 2 points.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
and that play, oh my gosh, gave me a heart attack. I was thinking, oh gosh, are we giving him a touchdown right now? Oh my gosh, I had a heart attack watching that, and it was freaking me out seeing that. And gladly, Hassan Haskins pushed that out of bounds, and gosh, I was like, here we go again, guys, uphill battle again for us. Oh, so frustrating.
Yeah, that was a bad start to the game. Admittedly, I did not get to see that part, and kind of glad I didn't, because I probably would have had a heart attack. I probably wouldn't have been here today.
Exactly.
Anymore. I've been like, nope, I'm just driving off the cliff now. Forget it.
Miguel, I'm a little offended, man. My ugly sweater. I got this from one of my ladies, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
I mean, she gave me a little gift. You don't like it? I mean, all right.
So you stole it from a lady?
No, she bought it for me for my birthday.
Are
yes.
you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugly sweater's a little bit more Christmassy. That's a little bit more Halloweeny. So maybe it's scary, sweater.
Scary sweater.
I don't know.
Scary sweater. I like that.
Sweater. I think it's a cool sweater. I like it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. My biggest, right. What you're highlighting right now is it's the biggest thing right there. Touchdowns in the second half. Let's go. Give me an air horn for that, bro. Come on, now. Give me an air horn for that.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
We got to wrong button. There. That's good.
Yeah, guys, and I'll tell you, man. And Elijah Molda almost had 2 INTs, which is incredible.
Right.
So, but guys, this is huge.
That is so big.
2 touches.
I wish we can get the pen out with that thing.
What's insane? When was the last time we had a second half score? Second half. I'm not even just saying fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Second half.
Yeah. No. A score. No, you're talking about a touchdown.
Touchdowns. We haven't had for a long time.
Touchdown in the second half.
Right. We haven't had that for maybe 4 games.
Week 1.
Week 1.
Yep.
That was the last time we scored a touchdown in second half. That is insane and highly unacceptable. To me, you go back to the past years too, and you think, man, the way that these teams love to work is, hey, front load the first and second quarters, just kind of keep it tight for the rest of the game kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that creates these heart attacks. That creates heart problems for Chargers fans. We don't need that.
Heart palpitations, dude.
Yeah,
that's right.
Harbaugh's got heart issues.
Harbaugh's got the heart issues. We can't be having those heart issues, man. Just don't let that happen.
We're gonna need IV bags full of magnesium by halftime so we don't have heart attacks. So this is ridiculous. But you got to love to see that you take a team that you should cleanly beat and find a way to get some scores in the second half. I mean, we got a lot of slides and comments about all of this that we can talk more in depth on.
Yeah, right. and guys, free agent, who should we go after? Actually, throw your thoughts out there as well. I mean, we're going to do a video on this week.
Definitely.
Because again, it's the 5th, guys. Remember, the 5th is so.
Remember the 5th of November.
Whoa, there we go. Big day. Voting day, guys. Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote.
And I'm going to say one thing. Free agency is a long time away. What the concern for this team to elevate this team is to get somebody in a trade for the 5th. I'm not talking about free agency, in my opinion, because we got a season ahead of us where we could potentially do some damage.
Yeah.
We just got to get better in some areas.
Yeah. And again, the offense, they're letting but here's the thing. Herbert's healthy. That run, I knew as soon as he got that run, I'm like, okay, something good's going to happen.
Yep.
And he got pissed. You got to get that dog out of him, dude. You got to get that dog, That's right. Well, let's look at the stats, guys. We're pretty much even across the board.
It really is.
I mean, the passing yards is even. Rushing yards is very even.
It's pretty close.
Yards per play is even. I mean, even first downs.
Yeah.
Weird. I mean, it's kind of spooky, guys, I mean, even the plays.
Wow.
It's nuts. I mean, it's really crazy.
And that doesn't make any sense at all when you look at the score, but it's about what you're doing with the ball, essentially.
Yeah.
They could have pretty much about the same looking stats, but the stats that matter is the actual score. So that's where they have not been able to do anything. Essentially, we gave them 2 points, and then they got 2 field goals, and that's it.
Yep. Field goals, that was it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, they brought in their 3rd quarterback, and it was pretty interesting. But the penalties were big. They had quite a few penalties, and it was interesting. The interceptions.
Wow.
But look at the time possession. I mean, it's just dead even. It's crazy.
That is insane to look at that. That is eerie. That is scary Halloween edition.
Yeah. We need a scary sound. We don't have one here. Oh, here we go. No, we have a gasp.
Yeah.
That's a crappy sound effect. I mean, if Kyle was at his house, he would do the other ones right there.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, good call, Carlos. Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I was so pissed. I came out of my skin. I was so angry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was literally ripping him down off his bad ankle. I'm like, are you joking?
Just went,
oh yeah,
like that.
all this steam came out of my ears. I was like, yo, dude, what is going on here?
Yeah.
So that was really frustrating.
that was awesome to see. I got some opinions on Bozeman, but I gave him respect a little bit on that. So that was a really good move. And to be honest,
you had to do that.
Yeah, a center is the cornerstone of your offense. Like if you don't have a center and you have a guy that's actually sticking up for your quarterback, like you got the wrong guy. And that's awesome to be able to see Bozeman doing that.
Right.
Well, and look at this too, guys. This is pretty much 50-50, 32 attempts and right about 30 yards, 30 attempts rushing as well too. So balanced offense, guys. So you can sit back and say, hey, it's balanced, right? So
that was good. That was solid.
There's a couple of people I want to highlight as well that I think were pretty unsung heroes. Nice additions to this team. We didn't see Jalen Johnson. Did he take any snaps?
I didn't see any. No.
I didn't see him out there, and I didn't even. Oh yeah, well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
He may have been out there, but he did not contribute to the offensive side of the ball. It seems like.
And by the way,
look at
Justin Herbert had a rating of 111.3 too. So
wow.
He had a very good game.
Yeah.
Yep. Scott Matlock. Woo, boy. Yeah, both has no trade value at the moment for sure. Okay, but let's look at the running game real quick. Well, obviously, Justin Herbert, look at his passing. I mean, 278 yards. Hey, he's dealing. He's dealing.
He's doing his thing. They're starting to unleash him a little bit more, and that's good to see.
Well, there've been more downfield passes too. I was kind of annoyed. I'm like, I'll talk more about that here in a second, but let's look at the rushing. J.K. Dobbins, again, guys, very heavy boxes, and it's really hard to get yards, but man, he gritted out those yards. So you got to give him big chops on that.
He did.
Herbert, that big run was a huge run for us. That was gigantic. Kamani, Haskins, J.K. Scott, but Ladidi
McConkey. Hey, unfortunately, I left him on my bench this week. Against James as well.
Oh,
by the way. So I'm like, gosh, dang it.
So what's funny, Kyle, is in my other fantasy league, I put in Deebo Samuel over Ladd McConkey.
Deebo's out.
It's very, and I was thinking, all right, Deebo Samuel plays really well. I think they're going to throw the ball a little bit more to him. I know he just came off his sickness and everything too. I don't know if Ladd's going to get there. 2 touchdowns, 111 yards.
Yeah,
I mean, goodness.
Exactly. Oh gosh.
Damn.
Like, Deebo, I think I already won the game anyways. So.
No, you didn't win nothing, man.
No, not against you. The other league I'm in.
Okay, I'm about to say, it's like, no, Ace, the game ain't over between us, baby. You know what I'm saying?
The fat lady ain't sung yet.
It ain't sung yet, baby.
That's true.
I'm gonna beat you by 0.1 points.
But check this out, though. Ladidi looked good. Josh Palmer, and again, we're getting more vertical. And what I don't understand is why we weren't getting more vertical. I don't know. I don't know if it's Herbert or if it's the play calling. But, and again, Jalen Reagor, guys, look, he made 2 big plays for us. I mean, that one play at the end was huge.
Yeah.
And again, he's a midseason pickup, and just goes to show you how solid this, staff is, right? Our GM obviously knows what he's doing. Our scout team knows what they're doing. They're picking up players. I do still think we're going to go out for wide receiver and maybe even corner potentially just because we've been banged up. Asante's out, right? And what if we have some more problems moving forward. But, I mean, I like what we did here.
Just about the downfield throwing in this game. I actually wrote down every single big explosive play that Justin Herbert did. And by the way, that last throw that he threw to Ladd McConkey to the back end of the end zone was a phenomenal throw. He evaded the sack, found a way to get out of the pocket. Perfect throw to Ladd McConkey in the back end of the end zone.
So crazy.
I mean, back end corner, if you want to say. I mean, it was phenomenal. So this is what Justin Herbert did in this game. 45-yard throw to Palmer early 4th quarter and I wrote a thing of beauty next to it.
A thing of beauty.
60-yard throw to McConkey. Absolute phenomenal play that worked extremely well with Ladd McConkey's strengths to be able to evade and to be able to work the middle of the field and find his way into the end zone. 27-yard pass to Palmer. Fehoko catch in the end zone was not a actual catch. I mean, his foot was out of bounds, but that was a phenomenal on-field explosive play. Field great. End of first quarter drive. There was a 38-yard run by Herbert, followed immediately by an 11-yard catch by Jalen Reagor. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the show, but there was explosive plays involved in that. too. And then the big catch by Jalen Reagor late in the fourth with 24 yards that we just talked about too. There's a lot of things that Greg Roman has to understand with Justin Herbert can do. And I think maybe it's also that ascending plane idea that, Jim Harbaugh has been talking about. The plane's still going up and it's ascending up, right? And maybe they're just trying to not unleash Justin Herbert completely. Now he's a little bit more healthier now at this point. He's not wearing cast. He's throwing the ball downfield a ton now. I think we're looking at a much better position now. Now, if this plane is still ascending at this point, guys, this offense has a lot more potential than where we're at right now. With it,
huge.
So deadly. So deadly.
And oh boy. Yeah. And that's why I think we're not in a rebuild year. Like, no matter what, with our defense, they're going to keep us in every game. We just have to get our offense moving in the right direction, right? And I do think some of the play calling has become a little bit vanilla, right? And clearly we have enough talent out there to make those deep passes from even what we have now. I do still think we need a wide receiver, and I do still think we need a corner. So if we get a wide receiver and a corner, I think it's going to be really hard to go out and get a lineman, a center, or anybody, because nobody's going to let those people go.
Yeah.
They don't let those people walk, right? No. So that would be tough. So
personally, my opinion, I feel like our corners are fine. I think Cam and Tarheeb have stepped in and done a great job with this team. Personally, my opinion, I'm going against Andrew on this. Some team's going to want to get rid of some guards somewhere, and I think we have to get better in our middle of our O-line immediately. If we want a run game, we need to be able to get that short up. And I'm getting kind of tired a little bit of like Zion sometimes. Like, and that sounds really, really bad to say, but like
he's good at run blocking, but he's really bad at pass blocking. His pass blocking grade is really terrible. So going back to the Taylor's thought, it's PFF, Pro Football Focus. And so his pass grades are terrible. So I wouldn't say terrible, but they're pretty bad. I mean, he gave up 2 sacks, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's given up 4 or 5 up to this point. Maybe it might be 6 at this point. So that might be 8 sacks for him. It's like, yo, dude, like you've got to get that figured out.
Might as well throw in Sawyer for him instead,
Just you could. Yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, Sawyer, he came in for a few. So
came in on those jumbo packages.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. Yeah, sure.
Jordan McFadden is one of those guys I've been pretty excited about. And I mean, I know he's been inactive a lot for these games and everything too, but that guy's got a nasty side to him that I really like from what I saw from him late last year. Like, I think he could be a great addition to this team too. It's just, what if there's a trade-off of Zion Johnson to somebody else for another guard, a guard for a guard, I don't know.
Look at this, dude. Look at Cam Hart.
All in.
4 tackles, 1 assist. And guys, I wasn't a huge fan of Cam Hart. Everyone thought he would be a project. I thought he would be a project. Everything I saw. Same with Tarheeb still. Boy, I've definitely I got to eat my hat on that right now, dude, because they're both looking great. Tarheeb looks incredible. I mean, I'm beyond shocked with him. But the argument is like they're smaller guys, usually smaller bodies. They take some pretty solid hits, right? But I mean, looking pretty good. I mean, man, our defensive defense is incredible, guys. I mean, we can't nitpick the defense, I think, in my opinion, right? But the offense, like it says, is figuring itself out. But 26 points, guys, will win every game. We'll win every game.
I honestly think, though, like the biggest name for this game, who should be getting the game ball, is Scott Matlock.
Yeah.
He can block, he can catch, and he can sack, baby.
Yeah,
dude. Was it a sack or was it actually was a tackle? I can't remember.
He got a sack.
I think it was a sack.
Yeah, right. It's a sack. It counted as a sack.
Yep, right here.
That's what's up, man. Like, hey, he's on all phases of the game, baby.
The soul taker, dude. The soul taker.
That's it.
I'm sure there's going to be some stat out there talking about that first time since 1986 that a player's got a sack.
Yeah.
And blocked as a fullback, some random stat like that. But man, shout out to him, dude. He's got to love the amount of field time that guy's had so far, man. And it's great to see Matlock, dude, the soul taker. He's awesome to see, man.
I didn't even see that question from Grandizer, and I already answered it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, game balls. Yeah. Who predicted Cam Hart will be a Charger? Nobody did.
Actually, I did. I threw him out there. Like I picked him up in the draft a couple times.
Oh, your mock draft?
Yeah, my mock drafts. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Cam Hart, and my argument with him was he's a little bit bigger than, because he's like 6'2", 220, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So the argument is that's a pretty big corner, right? And so my thought was, hey man, maybe move him to safety, since we were double, putting people, cross training corners with safeties in case people go down. But man, dude, he's
killing it.
He's looking good, dude. He's looking fine, man. And Tarheeb, man, he looks great. Like, anyways, I think there's a lot to be said about that.
I'll say one thing too about that too. Coaching matters, coaching and putting people in the right position. Jesse Minter, I have it embedded in my head forever. He teaches angles of how to tackle, and he teaches basically the fundamentals of running their positions. And I think they just do a great job of preaching what they're trying to teach these kids, and they listen and they understand. Keep it simple for them,
Yep.
Except as a criticism though, there was a lot of just missed tackles yet again.
Totally was going to talk about that.
Oh,
especially Buddy Dupree. Like, he was trying to rip the ball out of Alvin Kamara's
just
hand.
Put him on the ground.
Just put him on the ground, man.
Don't worry about the fumble. Yep.
I get the razzle dazzle, and you want to make a play like that, like that. But it's okay. Just get him down, man.
Yeah, that was frustrating. But here's the thing, guys. On a positive note, I mean, look at the score. We could sit back all day and go, man, we could score more. We could score more. Look, it's 26-8. The game wasn't even close.
Right.
Well, I guess it was when it was 2-0, right? And then we kicked a field goal, and then
it was
we never
2-3. We were like, hey, are we watching baseball right
now?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, is this a World Series, dude?
Yeah.
Hey,
Jinx.
Hey. I can't talk to the guys. All right, I'm out.
James, you can't talk the rest of it. Okay, I'm the only one that can talk the rest of the show because
it'll be a really boring show.
It'll be really boring.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah.
Dude, but again, look at Molden, dude.
Yeah,
guys, remember we picked him up. We gave away a 6th in 2026.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What an amazing pickup that was for us. Yep. And but the good thing about him being back there is Molden doesn't have to do anything else. Well, I'm sorry. Derwin can be more loose to run and blitz on the line. And honestly, Derwin looks really good when he blitzes. He does a good job. He does get in the backfield. He disrupts. Unfortunately, sometimes it's like they're running the opposite side and he's running behind a guy, and there's some issues with some of that. But bottom line, it's been amazing, some of these pickups. And again, Taylor Henneke, we got him as well too before the season. Yep. We actually have a legit backup because we know Easton Stick sucks. He's pretty horrible. But yeah, anyways.
Well, even
Zion scares me.
Pickup too, and I wanted him in the offseason was T.R. Tart. And picking him up after he got kicked off the Dolphins, like that guy's a menace. And to me, that's a guy you want to have in the D line. That's just kind of like got a little bit of screws loose in his head, I guess, in a sense. Yeah. Like a guy that will just go out there and just be that nasty boy for you in the middle of the line. And like
nasty boy. Nasty
boy. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You sound really horrible. You sound really, really horrible.
Was that Paul Abdul?
I think that was Paul Abdul.
I don't even know what that was.
We're dating the Bolt Bros right now, guys. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling.
That was James the Fool. That's what it was.
But I think that's another pickup that you have to say, hey, look, we did a great job of picking up a guy off the wire and basically bringing in a really good talent. The Jalen Reagor one is another one you could throw out there a little bit more and say, hey, look, this could be another guy that we just got another diamond in the rough kind of thing at that point. I mean, the week before we picked him up, he was his Bugatti was parked at a trailer that was like from 1964 or something like that.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, you didn't see that photo, dude? Oh, what a trip, dude.
Oh, you didn't.
And then he got cut.
Yeah.
It was like a picture of his trailer there, or his Bugatti parked at this trailer, and then like hours after that, basically he got cut from the Patriots. Now, I don't know if he took that because he's like, hey man, I'm that Bugatti, and I'm stuck in this 1964 trash of a trailer here. I need to get out of here kind of thing. And so he ended up getting cut, and then he ended up coming to the Chargers. So,
well, but you know what, man? Like, the dude can catch the ball, right? Now, the argument is his fumbles, right? And that one big fumble last week was huge, right? If we scored a touchdown, we would have been great, you know. But look, I think there's going to be some moves. We'll do a video this week on people we could scoop up, you know, to help this team. I 100%, guys. And another reason why I always say I don't think this is a rebuild year. What did Joe Ortiz say? We are going to compete every year. We are not here to just rebuild and just, okay, let's just figure it out. When you got this guy right here, Justin Herbert, just gunslinger, awesome. I mean, this guy's a top 5 quarterback. We all know it. You're always going to be in it, right? Especially with the top, not number 1 defense in the league. Come on now. No big deal, right? So my point is you're always going to be competitive.
Well, even at halftime, what was it? Gronk was talking about Justin Herbert. He's like, man, we just got to get that guy more weapons because bottom line, we love to see this guy throw, and the NFL enjoys watching Justin Herbert being Justin Herbert. So, it was great to be able to see his best game today. And it was awesome to watch this. This is the Justin Herbert we love. And we would love to see.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Was this his best game? What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think as well?
I mean,
you think it was his best game?
Last week he had more yards, but didn't get a single touchdown, you know. But I would say this is his best game, like, because the week before that it was 237 and 1 touchdown, and then now he had 2 touchdowns. So yeah, so far this has been his best game, I would say. You know, like just by looking at a few numbers there, you know, his completions, his yards and touchdowns or whatever. So these were some Madden numbers today, you know,
Madden numbers.
These Madden numbers, yeah.
And this was, in my opinion, his best game because he was not just throwing the ball like he had 300 something yards. He was able to run the ball. He was able to kind of move around out of the pocket a bit. He was able to do more all around as a quarterback, and he just looks healthy. He looks like a healthy Herbert. This is definitely his best game, in my opinion.
Yeah, best game of the year of the season. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Unfortunately, we don't have the.
Oh, that looks kind of bad.
Let me show you something.
Let me show you something.
Zoom in.
So, but here's the problem, guys. You're looking at this. This is a 100% on one side of the field.
Yeah.
Right. The problem is in the NFL, they're going to look at patterns. And I should have showed this to you guys a while ago, but I forgot to show this. But again, short passes, dude. Not much of them's past 10 yards, guys. Yeah. And guess what? The defense does not need to play deep. So they can stack the box, and that affects your running game. Right. So the reality is that's why you need someone like Rager to step up and give you an opportunity to, get lighter boxes so you can actually move the ball downfield, right? So look at this.
3 passes past the 20-yard mark. Technically 4, you could say. It was a touchdown one there,
So, we got to get Herbert, and I don't know if it's getting Herbert out of it or getting Greg Roman out of his play calling. We don't want him to be a check down Charlie, right? And that's kind of what he's become, right? So, I mean, again, look at this pattern, guys. This is all to the right side. I mean, dude, you could just put double coverage on that side and, I mean, you just take percentages.
Hats off to the corner on that left side for the Cardinals that week.
Yeah.
That's goodness.
Yeah, right.
They did not throw it his direction at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the one thing that I highlighted when we got Greg Roman is that he does a fair amount of plays where he has almost a receiver on the low side and a high receiver running literally the same exact routes. And so what does that do? And if you're doing that on the same side, everybody's getting pushed to that side. And you're also only saying there's only literally one receiver you could go after because the high receiver, you probably can't throw it past the low receiver. So the low receiver is going to think it's going to be a high ball for them. So it's kind of like a thing that they have to figure out, like stop doing those plays, which they did that in this game. One time I saw it I want to say it was in the end zone. There was a receiver in a low, same exact route. And they were in the same exact path of the ball was going to go. And you can't do that. You can't do that. And yes, Justin Herbert is an absolute star over here. Andrew's got the marker back out here.
I got the pen out, guys. Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I've screwed it up. Jeez. Well, you kind of get it.
Yeah, that's all good.
It looks all right. That's all right. Yeah. Here we go.
It's almost like laser beam eyes. You know
But what's that guy from Kiss? You know, he has got the stars on his eyes, right?
Oh
yeah. Whichever that is. But anyways, but that's my point, dude. Justin Herbert's a star, dude. And by the way, I think that play right there just woke him up. He's like, okay, sleeping dog, dude. He's done. Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, the one thing I was critiquing a lot and through chatting through text. So that was like a big run play, right? What was it, 35 yards or whatnot? I mean, it was vintage Oregon Justin Herbert Rose Bowl game run. Like, awesome to watch. Awesome to see that. Awesome to see that he's running around. And I was like, well, Justin Herbert looks healthy at this point, right? Next play, Jalen Reagor gets 11-yard catch, first down on a 1st and 10. That's where, like, this offense gets stagnant sometimes. Because if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm like, okay, you just had one explosive play. You had another play where he's got a first down. This is when you just take a deep shot. Like, let him just run and just throw it deep. If you do that, that's like taking the momentum completely in your hands at that point and really just taking this game to a whole new level. It gets the crowd hyped. Like, think of it like an NBA game. Dude gets a block. Boom. Perfectly lands to the guy to go over and slam dunk. Cool. Ends up, they go to the other side of the ball. Ooh, another block again. All right, throws it over there. Another slam dunk. Everybody freaks out in the stadium. Woo! Like, that's the things that I want to see with this offense. And then what did we do after those plays that I was just telling you with Justin Herbert? We kind of like ended up going small ball again from that point. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's like a demotivator type situation. No, let's try to take it top off at this point, and let's just open this thing up and give this team momentum at this point. And it's like, it's like, quit holding us back at this point, man.
Well, and I think I was also a little nervous too at the end of the game that we were not going to continue driving the ball downfield, right? And my thought was, please just don't start just running the ball. And I like that we still kept throwing the ball. We threw that one ball to Matlock, almost got that first down. And then we got that one downfield from Reagor. So, which is good to me because, hey, let's just, keep the gas going. Like, just all gas, no brakes, dude. Just don't worry about it, right? So, but yeah, there's some good people. Slayton's cheap. Again, Guyton, Johnson. But again, if we get DJ Chark back, DJ Chark and Reagor and Quinton, we'll be fine, guys. We'll be fine, right? So, but God, when is DJ coming back, dude? What is going on with that? Crazy. Yeah. Okay. Pablo's signing off. Later, Pablo.
Pablo.
Appreciate you, man. I hope you had a good time at the tailgate and at the game.
That's right. Okay. The Chargers, the only team to allow 20 or less points in each game this season. That is incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll probably be like 11 point. Now we're at 13 and a half.
Probably 13 and a half or something, or maybe even 13 now on average. I mean, I said, hey, we could give up at most 10 points this game, and we gave up 8, and we gave them 2 essentially, but could have been worse. But hey, dude, this defense is dogs, man. This defense is a bunch of dogs, and you got to love to see it, guys. I mean, once again, and Dicker the kicker right here, if that is truly the Dicker the kicker, Roman is evolving. He just needs to hurry up. Minter is awesome. And the thing is, though, that's what we talked about earlier, is the plane ascending at this point. Are we starting to kind of get to that liftoff point where Roman's really going to open up this offense? Because Justin Herbert looks pretty healthy at this point. My opinion, I think we need to get a guard somewhere or another if we really want to get this run game and this total offense to be able to be where they need to be, in my opinion. So that's my focus for the free agency, or not free agency, but trade at this point.
Yeah. And again, like, I like the idea of another corner. Again, our corners are kind of banged up, right? These rookies, right? Again, Tariq still has done a great job, and so has Cam Hart. They're technically not rookies anymore. They played enough. But it's tough, so, but this is a great stat, right? Definitely defense. We're looking great. Look at this. Derwin James ripping the head off of.
I love that.
Who's that? Is that the running back? I can't remember what is who that is, but good.
Yeah,
good.
Zamir White.
Good.
Some Raider. That's all.
We don't even care about him.
Who cares?
Poo butter, dude. Nobody cares. Anyway, we got him here though. But Man, I mean, I'm saying this, like, bottom line, guys, the defense looks great. I mean, it's exciting to see. And
the one thing that, and we talked about it earlier, the one thing that I was concerned about is that, like, this defense was missing a lot of tackles, and they got to get better on that again. Now, I did talk about how Jesse Minter is preaching how to tackle and take the right angles, and I feel like we were taking a lot of wrong angles in this game. And that's the one thing that I love seeing in this photo is that everybody's gang tackling on, I think it's Taysom Hill there. Love to see it, but it's just, man, we got to do better on our angles, because we cannot, once we start playing good teams again, like, you cannot have these missed tackles. You got to get better with tackling.
Yeah, and we got a super chat from Theory. Hey, you're gonna get that air horn.
Let's go.
Another air horn. Wait, is that Spider-Man?
It is.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man.
It looks like Spider-Man.
Hey, there we go. Okay, cool.
That's right.
What do you think the compensation would be for David? Constipation? Yeah, eat more fiber. What's up? David Njoku. Good, I cannot talk today.
Jeez Louise. You want me to take this one?
Hold on, just why don't you take it?
Let me give you.
I'm gonna check my heart rate. I'm gonna check my heart rate right now. Yeah, I ain't doing too good.
Jeez,
I got like plaque or something going on here.
Yeah, right.
What?
I think
What, man? I can't even say it now. I'm like thrown off, guys.
Oh my God.
Wowzers.
Oh my goodness.
But if you do read it, it's a little off too. So what is the compensation? I'm just going to say, I'm going to reword it. What do you think the compensation would be for David Njoku, and should we make that trade? I think so. I mean, he would be a very, very good tight end for this team for the long term. I think the thing about David Njoku, it's taken him a long time to become like a pretty solid tight end.
Yes.
Because I remember it was a lot of hype with him a lot when he was drafted and just kind of never seemed to get there. I think he would be a great addition to this team all around. I'm not 100% sure on how his blocking ability is, but that's something that's going to be a big key emphasis of whoever we bring in if we do go with the tight end.
Yeah, but I like him. And I'll tell you, he had a big game today. I think the Browns did beat the Ravens today. So I think a lot of times too, it'll be interesting to see what happens this next week. Next week will be the big week on who's going to be available for the trade, because let's say the Browns win again, then Njoku would not be available. They'll say, sorry, we're gonna at least give it a run. We'll see what happens, yada yada. But you look at teams like the Panthers, look at teams like the Patriots. Actually, the Patriots win today. I think they did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but they're 2-6, right? Which is pretty bad.
Last-minute drive to win the game. Against the Jets.
So some of the bad. I mean, like a great example. We thought we might go get Wilson from the Cardinals. Probably not going to happen. They beat us, and be interesting to see. I think they're playing now, aren't they? If I remember correctly. But my point is, the teams that are giving up are the teams that are like 1-win teams or 2-win teams. Those teams are just going to get dismantled. So, but thanks for the super chat theory. I really appreciate it. I'll give you another.
And I also did want to point out the Browns play the Chargers next week too. So it is going to be in Cleveland. So if there was a trade to be happening, hey, Njoku, just come on the plane with us real quick, dude. We got this situated, dude. No big deal.
Come on our side.
Yeah. Well, and I would say a 5th round pick probably be big. I mean, a 4th if you can make it work too. Kind of depends on the salary he's got as well too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a 4th is probably heavy in my opinion, but I don't know. I mean, tight end's a pretty important position too. So I don't know. That's what I think. What do you guys think in the chat? Or what do you guys think? A 4th or a 5th? I definitely don't think a 3rd. I think a 3rd is way too rich. Because didn't Devontae Adams get a 3rd?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Devontae was a 3rd.
I think that one could
have has the ability to be a second too.
Yeah, has the ability to be a second as well. So I would say 4th to a 3rd. Based on like performance type things, but we could also just trade him Joey Bosa too, just to be like, all right, fine, take him. Just take him for the sake of it too. Because then that'd be wild over there too. Because don't they got the Myles Garrett over there too? So that'd be that'd be a fearsome twosome, I guess. But
don't make that
not
trade
really
this week though. Let's do it after the game.
Yeah. So again, it could happen this week. I think it'll probably happen after the next game, in my opinion. And I'm sure what's going to happen at this point is GMs are calling people. I guarantee Joe Ortiz is calling players. Hey, look, like I'm really interested in getting Njoku. or maybe Andrews from the Ravens. They're not going to let Andrews walk, you know. My point is teams like that are in the mix, they're going to try and go out and get people for sure.
I would love to try and get Thielen from the the Panthers.
That could happen too.
That'd be huge.
I know nobody wants to see this picture, dude. I know nobody wants to see it.
Nobody wants to see no Bosa right now.
We got all Bosa. Actually, does anybody know exactly what happened to Bosa?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I'm still trying to browse.
Yeah.
Through
I don't know if because I didn't see anything that he got officially injured, but when I was watching him play, he just looked 50% to me. Like, I don't think he was really even truly healthy being out there. I think he was just feeling like, I need to get out there more or less, and feeling the pressure to be out there with his guys. And he just did not seem very, very on it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Myles Garrett. Yeah. Max Crosby. No. So I'll say this too. If you watch what he had happened to, I think he did a YouTube video. I think it was on Thursday or Friday. The whole thing, he basically, it's a sciatic nerve that had some major problem.
Yeah.
And I have that right now. My lower back, it's my lower back, and it goes all the way down to my right leg. It's a really weird feeling. Your leg doesn't get numb, but if you sit on it long enough, it kind of just has this weird feeling. And
Rick said it right. Bosa sneezed, and so he's out for the season.
Yeah, exactly.
That's perfect.
I will say this again: when he was out there, he looked pretty damn good. Like, he made some good plays out there. But you're right, But the one thing I will say is, it's your biggest nerve in your entire body.
Yeah.
It's the largest nerve in your body. So if that is hurt or torn or whatever, you ain't going to be feeling good. He basically said he couldn't even sit down. He wasn't getting sleep, probably just re-aggravated it. So we'll see what happens at this point too. So anyways, it's tough. That's tough. So would you rather have Alt than Justin Jefferson, Chase, wide receiver Herbert? No, Alt. Yeah. Because you guys, I'm just saying this. You want Herbert. You don't want dogs like Joey Bosa when he's healthy jumping all over your quarterback, right? Joe Alt is irreplaceable. He is that guy is crazy, dude. He is crazy good as a 21-year-old rookie. Keeping guys like Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett off of your guy, at least up the middle, he can move one way or the other, right? And kind of get out of the way. It's a little harder on the edge. So,
yeah. What was the meme that they had? If we drafted Neighbors, could he even throw the ball to Neighbors basically at that point? Like, he can't actually throw because the O-line sucks. When he has Joe Alt and Slater as his tackles, who's he throwing to at that point? Now, you kind of look at it as like, through the draft, they did it the right way. Go with the best tackle at 5, because if you would have drafted a tackle in the second, you would have had a much more different situation. You wouldn't have had an elite guy like Joe Alt. But then now you got Ladd McConkey, who's your second-round pick. Now this guy's showing out. Like, he's got this ability to be that home run kind of guy for us. And this is the first time I've seen a wide receiver on the Chargers where they've actually kind of created like a play like that happening, where he's got so much more like shucking and jiving out there. He could just move and shake and bake and find a way. Yeah. It was great to see, man. It's great to see, but we finally got like a good right tackle. We got a wide receiver that could get things done. Yes, we have more room for more growth and need for talent, but it's awesome to see. Justin Herbert could elevate talent.
That's great. Yeah, you should put that on our page. That's pretty funny. But
yeah,
no, and again, I think bottom line, this is a good question from Dre. We always looking at this is the offense worse now when Herbert had wide receivers? The offense is definitely worse now because we don't have wide receivers, at least not guaranteed wide receivers. Here's the thing, we might be fine if we just get Mike Williams back, right? I'm literally not even joking. I don't think our team is that bad offensively with wide receivers. If our guys can stay healthy, Quentin can come back. Ladidi can continue playing good. Josh Palmer can play well. But if we had a nice red zone target like Mike Williams, dude, Jalen Reagor looked pretty good too, right? He's got that speed, and we get DJ Chark back, we'll be in fine shape. So I don't know. Yeah, Deontay Johnson would probably be my number one guy, though. I would like him. He's a little bit younger. Actually, I can't remember how young he is anyways. Yeah. Oh yeah, Deontay Johnson. Oh, or Adam Thielen. Thielen's 34 years old.
Yeah, he's pretty much up there in time. Yeah.
But Deontay, I like a lot, right? So be interesting. Interesting to see what happens with Bosa, by the way. Guys, let's see how much money we have to what we're paying him next year.
It's pretty much the end of this year. I think that you could kind of make a decision if you want him for 2025.
Oh, I think we have him for next year, don't we?
It is essentially a 2-year, but I want to say you have an out clause to actually you could cut him and we save like $30 million.
Oh, got it. Yes. Yeah. Let's see here. 2025. Let's look at it real quick here. I'll let me share my screen. Wow, I got a lot of screens up here, don't I? Holy cow. I'm doing a lot of multitasking here, guys. Let me close a couple screens here.
I think you just closed the one that you should have used.
No, it's right here. There we go. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, Joey Bosa next year. Base salary for 2025 is $13 million. Cap number is $36 million.
But
so here's
cap savings.
Yeah, here's the say. So if we let him go, we'll save roughly $36 million.
Crazy.
They'll let him go. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so
the thing is, what's crazy about that is if you look at next year's cap space right there on that, $77 million is what we have next year to spend. Plus, you get rid of Joey Bosa, we'll be over $100 million essentially to be able to buy some free agents.
Well, and you got to pay Rashawn Slater too.
Yeah. And so we got to, and that's the big thing too. Is like, so basically Joey Bosa's salary is going to be replaced by Rashawn Slater's. So,
Yeah. And by the way, if you watch his video, guys, if you go on YouTube, watch the video he did on the Chargers page. We lost James there. If you go on,
Whoa, lost us too.
What the heck happened here? There we go. Hey,
Hey-o.
can you guys see us now? Well, that was weird.
Yeah.
It looked like the entire. All right, can you guys hear us? Okay.
What's down the queue there? Is that maybe, I don't know.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think the platform kicked us off. Hopefully we didn't cut out too much from you guys.
No, that was the ghost of Brandon Staley.
Goodness gracious. So
just getting mad at us again. Yep.
So, but bottom line, like I said, I think there's going to be some interesting discussions around Bosa. I'm assuming they'll probably cut him, but we'll see what happens for sure. Very interesting. But yeah, I think we make some moves. I think we make 2 moves. It would be nice to see a tight end. It would be nice to see a wide receiver. I think something on the offensive side of the ball would make sense, but I wouldn't rule out defensive side of the ball either, guys. I mean, again, another cornerback, another veteran corner to come in for 1 year. You can get him cheap and then, let him walk and get a comp pick potentially. Right. So, because again, we got Asante Samuel. This is last year. We're probably going to let him walk. I would assume.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we re-sign him. His injuries and things like that. I don't think he's a Harbaugh guy. That's my take on it.
Exactly. I don't think he's a fit for what Harbaugh likes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my take. What do you guys think in the chat with Asante on that?
Yeah, I like Asante. I think he does have. Yeah, that's great.
That's a great pick, dude. All right, we got to do some artistry on this one here.
I thought it was a funny one to throw in there just because of it's his froggy jump, dude. Yeah, and that's after he batted the pass down. 2 at the line and froggy jump, dude. I was like, look at that big man got hops, dude. Tier Tart over here.
Right. Look at that, dude.
Pretty awesome.
See, he's
pretty awesome.
He's got lasers coming out, dude. Yeah, what's up? You going down, sucker? See, look at that, dude. Hey, that's great artistry right there. Should I sign it? Let me sign it real quick.
Great job.
ATS. Boom.
There you go.
And
signed it. Draw a broomstick for
broomstick. I like that. Hey, good call.
Broomstick.
Or he's holding on to a pogo stick right now. Yeah.
Let's see a broomstick.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here a broomstick. Let's do a broomstick.
Oh gosh, careful where you put that.
Yeah, watch out where that's going. There you go.
Yeah.
What is this, Harry Potter, dude? He's trying to go get the.
It's Harry Potter, dude.
There you go.
He's got glasses.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
He's got glasses.
Oh my goodness.
I'm having too much fun, guys. I'm having too much.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, that's great. It looks good though.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Do you like that one better or the other one? What do you guys think?
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Tier Tart Potter, I guess, right?
Tier Tart Potter. That's exactly right.
He's the seeker.
He's not a muggle. He's not a muggle.
He's a wizard. You're a wizard, Tier Tot.
No, but honestly, but again, another good midseason pickup, right? We get him. Look, I think this team has what we need. We just got to get healthy too, right? I do think that, again, DJ Chark coming back could be good. You got DJ Chark, you got Quinton, you got now Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor looks fine, man. I'm sure he doesn't know the entire playbook at this point, right? So he's probably, they're bringing him up short, all right, but dude, he looked fine out there. And, I like the fact that we're just running streak. That was a streak, by the way. That was a straight go route on Jalen Reagor, and he made that work. So I don't know, man. I'm just a huge fan. I was impressed. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
Tier flavored tart. What's up?
He just got some redemption for this week, because that's all it is.
Yeah, it's a big play. It's a big play.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if the stats popped in here yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting on.
No. Okay,
it might be next day.
It could be. Could be. Yeah. Tier tart. Okay. Oh, and this here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, no people in the chat talked about this one, man. And this is like such a dirty play. Like absolutely dirty, man, to see this happen. I mean, he clearly was trying to go after his ankle. Ironically, it's funny that the Saints are the team trying to do that again to Justin Herbert. Because remember when they got caught up under Sean Payton basically kind of targeting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's kind of funny that they're doing it again. And that was so dirty. That guy should have been basically kicked out of the game. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, 100%. Like, yes, the personal fouls or whatever like that offset, but he 100% should have been kicked out of the game because that was 100% intentional. And no, there's no way you can do that, dude. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and good, good point. Everyone, I like what Miguel says, respect Bozeman for responding.
100%.
The one thing I'll say about that too, everyone's been ripping on Bozeman. Bozeman had played very bad the first, I would say, 5 or 6 games. He's actually improved quite a bit now.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. I'm trying to think of the stats here on this, on the offensive lineman, because I think Bozeman. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, because I know we posted it on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Bozeman is one of the worst. Actually, he's at 42,
really bad.
42.2 PFF rating.
Now that's PFF.
Yeah.
So Rashawn Slater, just to give you, well, here I can probably show this here.
Yeah.
In the whole thing about those stats too, that's where I have this like issue with. Do you want to go and trade? I mean, a lot of people in the chat, we talked about trade things. Guard is one that I emphasized. Center is that one that I'm kind of unsure about. Like, you made Bradley Bozeman a captain for your team, and then are you just going to decide, hey, look, let's go ahead and trade him off now and then try to bring another center mid-season and hopefully have in sync ability right then and there with Justin Herbert? It's going to be kind of a little bit of a hard transition to do that, but just when you look at those stats, you're like, oh gosh, like, because we were getting obliterated at the middle of the line once again in this game early on. It just felt like we couldn't get any which way to like hold the middle of the line. So I don't know, man. I have such a hard time kind of understanding Bradley Bozeman for this team. Like,
and you have to wonder what's going to happen, right? But look at this. I mean, Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. You're kidding me?
They're holding down.
I mean, 1 sack by Rashawn Slater, dude. That's crazy. 2 sacks by Joe Alt.
Yeah.
Now, again, but look at Zion Johnson, 54, and he's actually better than Bradley Bozeman and Trey Pipkins. But here's the thing: 0 sacks, 13 pressures, right? Mm-hmm. So that's not great either.
Yeah.
42.2 for Bradley Bozeman, 1 sacks, 8 pressures. And then Trey Pipkins is 44.4, 4 sacks, 11 pressures. I don't know what it is now, but it'd be pretty interesting to see it.
Because they gave up 3 sacks this week. I think Zion gave up one of those sacks. Actually, 2 of those sacks, I think, was given up by Zion.
Yeah.
So what the hell is going on, man? Like, that's just ludicrous right there, So
yeah, and you got to wonder if they might move some people around. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they put in Jamari, but when Jamari was in, he was making some bad plays too, man. The coverage was going left and he went right. So there were some things that he was doing wrong as well too, right? So bottom line, they're there because they're probably better than the other options that we have at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, right?
And that is a fact. You got to look at that.
Yep.
It's like the coaches are closer to it as well. We had a good question from Miguel here. So about the that Saints player. So it said, can the NFL send a suspension later? And 100% they can. Yeah,
for sure.
And they will. Like there'll be a massive fine for that. And there'll be, probably, I would say that warrants at least a 2-game suspension.
Yeah.
Definitely one for sure,
Well, and it's kind of funny, like when the guy came up too, was it Nathan Shepard, I believe, the defensive end for the Saints.
Yeah.
And when he came up, he like kind of seemed like he's like, oh, I'm got kind of injured or had some swag to it. Like he's almost like in hockey when you have like this enforcer guy that goes out there to punch some dude in the face kind of thing. Like he almost played that role for that like play or something like that. It's really strange. Right. Like the way he kind of acted. He went to the sideline and everything too. I totally thought he was going to get kicked out of the game, but it was so weird. But yeah, he could totally get penalized. I imagine at least a fine of some sort because that was dirty.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That's his bad ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He starts twisting it.
Yeah. Rolling over him the entire time.
Yeah. Complete garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Again, kudos to Bradley Bozeman for coming down and trying to punch this guy in the face, and just, hey, get off my guy, and he should have, that was garbage, man. You got to protect your, quarterback. So either way, it is definitely what it is.
The only thing that I would have wanted Bozeman to do differently is just to do a freaking elbow drop onto him right there. Just like do some WWE.
The people's elbow on him or something.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
I thought this was a really interesting play. Andrew, if you want to chat about it, I could chat.
No, go ahead. Yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
So this is an interesting play here. So it's basically 3, choices at this point that you can make for who's going to get the ball for a running play. It's obviously a running play at this point. The thing about it is about this play that I dislike is I think defensively you're in a bad situation for this play to work because essentially what they did is just ran the ball, I believe, to the left side. And they gave it to Hassan Haskins, who is the top right of the backs in the back with Matlock in the middle and JK on the left. But it's a unique look. You could essentially turn around and say, who wants the ball at that point and let it go from there. Unique play, but didn't really execute well and work out well for this one. But I thought it was interesting to see 3 guys just kind of hanging in the back, like a little wall back there. Choose your adventure at that point and let him go from there and choose where he wants to go with it. So I thought it was an interesting play.
It was, yeah. I mean, but I was surprised they didn't just go with a tush push in the situation.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, you could have done a tush push. I mean, Herbert's very tall, right? And
right.
But I think he's also got a bad ankle, and a lot of things happen under those piles where they start, trying to
people poke each other, and
gouge your eyes, all kinds of stuff, dude. But yeah, I mean, it's it's an interesting look. I still feel like we got a little vanilla at the red zone, a little too much. You know what I mean? And I mean, again, that's an interesting look, but I think we could have done something a little different or fake that. And then these guys run out to the sides and the flats, or hand it off to Matlock right here, dude.
Yeah.
And by the way, Matlock did miss a pretty bad block there too. Well, actually, I think just JK right here. Isn't this JK?
JK, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, JK on that side. And then,
I think they both missed their blocks, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But the problem is they ran it to this side, and then I think it was this guy or one of these 2 guys just blew the whole play up. It was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyhow, we'll see how
some things that I hope to see a little bit more creativity from Greg Roman. I mean, I like to see that this is a creative play, but like it's got to get executed more. Obviously, the players make the play. The coaches make the calls. And you hope they get a little bit better. I remember seeing JK kind of pointing out to Scott Matlock after a play that it looked like JK was going to have a huge hole and to be able to get a big run. And he kind of pointed at Matlock like, dude, that's the guy you should have got. Like, you should have got him kind of thing. And and Matlock's kind of a work in progress at this point. And he has some good, he has some bad as a fullback. He's learning the position. And funny in camp, I even to say, I don't even think in preseason I even saw him as a fullback at all. It was literally it was just Jordan McFadden most of the time.
Yeah, McFadden. Yep.
Yeah. Well, we had Ben Mason too, but I don't think that worked out either, and we let him go. So
yeah,
it's an
really interesting. It is. Yeah. So, and here we go. This is good here. 15 plays, 90 yards. Pretty sick, dude.
8 minutes. That's awesome.
First touchdown in 8 quarters.
Oh my god!
Crazy.
Ouch.
That's
crazy.
Horrible to see for sure.
Yeah, that's where we need your sound. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need the sound if you can make it exactly like that. That's
that sounded pretty good, huh?
That sounded perfect.
I need a blue chew. Yeah, but I mean, it's just interesting, like that. I'll say this though, the ability for Herbert to move and scramble out of the pocket makes us more dangerous, and that's kind of a good thing, right? Because that big run that he did, what was it, for like 40 yards? That made the defense be a little more honest at that point, right? So they had to pretty much have a spy for Herbert. And, he's good when he moves. He's awesome. Remember Lombardi when he was rolling out of the pocket, naked bootlegs? He was doing great. So
loved it. Well, and even to say that one play where he rolled away from the sack that he evaded from, and then threw the pick over to or the interception, or touchdown to Ladd McConkey in the end zone. I mean, just seeing him come out of the pocket, I mean, he is so much more deadly outside of the pocket than sitting in the pocket. And he does just a great job of throwing the ball on the run. And this is obviously Ladd McConkey, man. This catch that he had was just phenomenal. Watching him run down the field, just evading everybody, getting to the touchdown, just having that extra effort. One thing that I love seeing about Ladd McConkey, and even when they got this touchdown, they said this is what he did at Georgia, and this is what made him who he is as a wide receiver. I remember they said he's a mini Brock Bowers essentially. And this guy, man, I have not seen a touchdown like that in a long time for a Charger.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Keenan Allen's kind of one of those guys that's always, hey, he could get you to the spot where you want him at, and he's not going to get you much more than that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Mike Williams was the downfield guy, 50-50 ball kind of guy. He'll get the ball to where it needs to be at 50-50, more 60-40 for Mike Williams, but he's not going to get anything past that point. The thing is, though, it's cool to be able to have a wide receiver like Ladd McConkey that could be able to do those extra effort things, extra effort plays, find a way to get to the end zone. When he's got a nose for the end zone, he'll find a way to get there. It's awesome to see that touchdown, man. It was exciting.
Yeah, and again, Ladd is definitely coming into his own, right? And we didn't even know if he was going to play today, right? I mean, he was questionable, and I wasn't sure if he was going to play or not. I would say the reason why DJ Chark might not have played was because Ladd was playing and we had Jalen Reagor available, right? And so they also brought up Jalen Johnson. So they might have said, well, we don't really need you if you can't make the play, or let's get you another week to sit. So we'll see how that goes. All right, this is our last slide, but right here, guys, hey man, at least he's smiling. We got a happy Greg Roman here for sure, but
you're making him look like the Joker or something,
Yeah.
Kyle's tucking in the dang beard over there.
Yeah, because Deadpool request for Halloween thing. So
yeah, but again, I do think there's something to be said about creativity. I feel like we've started to become very vanilla, very, very predictable. I want to see a little more play action, a little more, pre-snap motion, some jet sweeps, I mean, you could still do jet sweeps. You got Jalen Reagor right there, right? Do some jet sweeps with Jalen Reagor. And, there was just nothing. We've been very vanilla too often, and that part bothers me. So.
Yeah. And that's the thing, to go back what Justin Herbert's done in the last 2 games, Greg Roman has to know and understand, hey, look, you got a really good quarterback here that can throw the ball downfield. Let him throw the ball downfield. And that's the whole thing that Greg Roman needs to understand. Hey, you don't need to run the dang ball all the time. You don't have Gus Edwards right now. He's coming back. I don't know if he's coming back next week. I think it might be the game after that if he's going to be cleared from IR. But look, you got a great quarterback. Let him cook. Like, this is like a perfect example, and probably the only example that we have all season at week 8 that Justin Herbert's threw the ball downfield and made explosive plays. He's let the wide receivers do their thing. And so the thing is, though, it's such a hard thing because Greg Roman, it's just, man, it could get really vanilla, like you said. Like, it could get really, really boring. The demotivator of when Justin Herbert ran the ball for 32 yards and then you get a first down immediately after that to throw to Jalen Reagor. Take a deep shot. Just try to make that stadium explode. Like, and you're like, no, go ahead and run the ball.
No, it's going to run the ball.
Like, bro, like, I know you love the run game, but like, dude, you want to score. Like, come on. Like, just, dude, get that momentum on your side. Get that confidence for the offense. Like,
get the crowd hyped, yeah.
Gosh, man. Like, how exciting is that when you just got like 3 back-to-back just banger plays, and then you're just, dude, the stadium is lit up like a Christmas tree. Everybody's stoked, high-fiving everybody. Let's go. But he just decides, let's get 1 yard on a run. Yeah, exactly, man. Come on.
Let's get a 1 yard. We got Richie hopping in, huh? Entering the Game of Thrones up here in Canada. Winter is coming. Yes, it is.
That's right.
Wow.
Yes, I do have sweater underneath my sweater, so I'm double sweatering it. No big deal.
Yeah, double wrapping. I don't know about that. Yeah, it's a sweaterception. Yeah.
But again, I will say this. I think Greg Roman did okay. Look, I think the offense is figuring itself out to some degree.
Finally.
But I think we need to be more inventive, right? I mean, I always look at what, Andy Reid does. He figures things out. Like, he does interesting plays during the week, and I think the first 15 were a little bit vanilla to begin with in this game. And I think there's a lot of things we could have done differently, right? So again, I'm a big believer in doing some interesting plays. But all right, so who wants to go first for our outro?
Well, I mean, look, man, it was at the end of the day, it was a win is a win is a win. And we actually did the best.
A win is a win is a win.
That's right.
Okay,
right.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, got it.
Yeah. And I think this was probably one of our best showings all year so far, to be honest. I mean, but there's still like a lot of things that need to be worked on because the players, Khalil Mack was talking a lot about it, how like they needed to focus on the tackling more and there's before the game. And clearly they still do need to work on a little bit of that because there's quite a few tackles that were missed, but at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because they didn't score a single touchdown against us.
Yep.
And so that is the important thing to take from this game is that, look, our defense has been solid. We know that. Our offense is now starting to really pick up what they really need to be cooking, and that's that Justin Herbert needs to open up and throw the ball to some of his players. Like him and Ladd are starting to really connect. Jalen Reagor redeemed himself, and Fehoko almost had that touchdown, but it was just a little bit too far.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it is good, and I'm very hopeful for the next couple of games that we have coming up. Against the Browns next week, we'll see how that turns out. But
Jameis Winston looked pretty
excited.
good.
I'm excited for this what we saw today. But let's keep our expectations in the middle at least. Let's not expect too much. Because I don't want to have my hopes and dreams dashed to a million pieces again. So yeah,
exactly. And I think this team still is progressing offensively, right? I think defensively we've done fairly well this year. Obviously, number 1 defense in the league as far as points are concerned. That's right. Turn his head and cough and hey. But I'll say this, bottom line, this offense just needs to get a little bit better, right? I think if we have if we score over 20 points, I think we can be competitive in any game. Our defense is going to keep us in any game at this point. So I think we're fine. We just got to keep moving forward. We'll get better and better as we get more people healthy, get people back. Offensive line has got to get it solidified. I do not know what's going on with the interior line. They should not be this bad. For whatever reason, they're definitely struggling. They also know they're not getting a whole lot on the edges, right? Our 2 tackles are the best. So they're like, no, we're just gonna blitz up the middle. So a lot of the pressure's coming up the middle at this point. So either way, I think it's good. Defense looks good. Offense is clicking, sort of. Still can get better. we're ascending, hopefully, and getting better. So that's my take.
Yeah, my take is it's about I know, man. I got this crazy cough going on right now, so kind of fun. But the big thing is though, the game's ahead. You start looking ahead, just like what Kyle was saying. You think about, hey, look, now you get Browns next week out in Cleveland, early game for that one. Then you get the Titans back at home too from there, and then it gets a little bit more fun from there. Then you got to play the Bengals, I think, as a scrappy team and a team just trying to figure itself out. They might be out by that time, in my opinion. They are a team that could be a differentiator between like wild card spots too. But we got a chance to be able to have a really good record here in the next 2 weeks. Let's go 6-3, guys. Like, let's just go 6-3. Let's keep moving from there. We're going to probably have some sort of trades. I can imagine that Ortiz is going to do something to try to get this team better. This team's in a position to be able to get to the playoffs down the road. So I think it's going to be a fun road from here, but got to get that offense to be able to be playing at this kind of level. Score touchdowns. Thank you once again. We finally got a touchdown in the second half. Finally.
Two of them, bro.
Two of them, baby. Two.
Yeah, we need to get our money back from Shark for sure. Yeah. And Bosa.
And bottom line, we got other guys that are going to come in here too. Like hopefully the DJ Shark hopefully comes back and shows, hey, why we paid him that money. So bottom line, we got some good things moving along with this team, and I'm excited for what's going to be ahead. Now, Greg Roman, just be smarter with the play call. Know you got Justin Herbert, please. Make it happen with him. Let him throw the dang ball downfield.
For sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we're the Bolt Bros. We're going to be doing some videos this week, right? We got some ideas on
that's right.
Potential trade targets. There's going to be plenty we can talk about. We'll do a recap tomorrow, kind of reviewing some of the stats. Got some shorts coming your way. As always, we're the Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.